Parating na sa final stretch ang elimination round ng NCAA Season 93. And with the LPU Pirates and the defending champion San Beda Red Lions head and shoulders above the competition, kanino kaya mapupunta ang final 2 slots sa Final 4? Tonight, we will be talking to 2 of the members of the NCAA coverage team. Of course, Martin Javier, our anchor and UAP Upfront host, and our courtside reporter and segment host as well for The Score, Ceej Tantengco. Guys, thank you so much for coming here tonight.
Thanks, Anton.
Okay, so Ceej, Marts, meron pa tayong isang buwan bago makarating sa Final Four, and I'm sure everybody is trying to determine kung sino ba makakapasok. Because we already have LPU and San Beda on top. Medyo maganda na ang kanilang chance na makapasok sa Final Four. LPU has already secured their spot. Pero kayong dalawa, how do you look at things to determine kung sino pa yung ibang teams na makakapasok sa susunod na bahagi ng ating tournament? Marts?
For me, Anton, it's gonna be all about the future games. Games ahead. We have San Sebastian. They already faced San Beda. So, one of the 2 heavyweights kasi they have 50-50 chances against their opponent, against CAC, against Letran, against JRU, against, what's the other one? Oh, yeah, yung tatlong team na yun na naglalaban sa Final Four. But Letran, I think, they're gonna face San Beda, LPU towards the end of the elimination round. So I think the future games will determine the fate of these teams. Kasi it also depends on the scheduling, it also depends on the timing of those games, if the momentum is with them already in the second round. So I think that's one of the factors we're going to look at in looking at the Final Four picture this year.
All right. Now, we have Ceej, who's guesting here on The Score for the first time, and she also has a different perspective pagdating sa determining how these teams can move forward to the next phase of the tournament. Ceej, ano ba ang pinag-aralan mo at paano mo i-determine kung paano makakapasok ang dalawa pang teams dito sa Final Four?
Well, kasi if you look at it from a stats perspective, no, the easy stat to look at is the number of points made and then the number of points that they allow. Pero that doesn't tell the complete picture. Kasi you have fast teams, you have slow teams, and sometimes a fast team can have a slow game, right? Some games are just high scoring, some are low scoring, right? So what you actually want to look at is you want to equalize those numbers. So statisticians have this thing called a net rating. So what you look at is the number of points made per 100 possessions and the number of points allowed per 100 possessions. Bale, gina-judge mo sila on the same barometer. And mas may kita mo kung sino yung angat sa teams. So based on that, kung isa-subtract natin yung kanilang defensive rating or yung number of points allowed sa kanilang offensive rating na number of points made per 100 possession, JRU ang lamang, barring San Beda, barring Lyceum, JRU has 6.59. And malaking step up yon kumpara sa second placer, which is San Sebastian at 3.14. So, clear advantage sila kasi ang Letran nasa 0.61 lang and ang AYAC negative pa nga.
Wow. So,
we're at negative 1.98.
I don't know if I was listening to Ceej or Sultan of Stats Pong Docanes, but there you have it, the net rating explained by Ceej Tantengco. Guys,
Club, Ceej.
Marts, let's go back to the top 2 teams, San Beda and LPU. What makes them so special at sila ang nangunguna ngayon dito sa NCAA?
I'll discuss first the San Beda Red Lions.
Okay.
Of course, they already have the proven system there. Coach Boy Fernandez, knows the system. He coached there before Coach Jamaica Rin got there. So I think the system, the thriving system of San Beda is what really, the effective system. And of course, the personnel. Personnel that has the championship experience already. I've yet to see them really dominate a game this season, and that makes them even scarier. Because, not really dominant as they were last year. But that's how the team has so much potential, has so much more to give. But the thriving system of the San Beda Red Lions, yung sinasabi ko kanina, the Red Lions, yung level of play nila all throughout the season, nasa taas lagi sila. Consistent yan all throughout the season. It's either matatalo mo sila, kailangan malagpasan mo yung level nila na mataas na yun. But, hindi sila bababa. Given na yun, all throughout the season, they're gonna be at that level.
But what about LPU, Ceej? I know you've had many conversations with Coach Topex Robinson. What makes them different?
It's the culture for Lyceum. I've been covering them since 2015, and back then, Coach was trying already to build this empathy-driven culture na okay lang magkamali. Guys, it's a process, it's a journey, and ngayon you can see it paying off. Kasi iba sila eh. Pag nanood ka ng game nila, may meditation sa huddle. Yakapan sila bago pumasok sa court. And ang tingin nila kay Coach, tatay.
Yes.
And yung player sobrang sabik na ibalik kung ano yung care na binibigay. So there's so much trust in that team. And you can see this na yung game when they were down 14 points against Arellano, down 13 points with 5 minutes to go, wala kang nakitang takot sa mukha nila eh. Trust lang talaga, kahit si Coach hindi nagagalit. Basta, I trust you. Kaya niyang habulin. Boom! Nahabol, panalo pa.
Okay, medyo hihirapan ko ng konti ang mga tanong ngayon. Given that LPU and San Beda are at the top, I want you guys to point out who you feel are the teams, the dark horse teams, na pwedeng makasungkit ng isang panalo kontra sa San Beda o sa LPU, and then you have to explain why. Who wants to start?
You start, Ceej.
Okay.
Okay, Ceej, sino ang makakatalo? Sino may chance na manalo kontra sa San Beda at LPU at bakit?
Okay, I know I said na if we look at the stats, negative yung net rating ng EAC. Pero I feel that there's something special about yung culture ng AAC din eh.
Okay, the
Kasi
generals, okay.
In general, yeah, the AAC generals, kung ang Lyceum ganun, empathy-driven, low-key, medyo ganun din ang EAC. For example, si Jerome Garcia, he became a dad 6 months ago. This lovely, cute baby boy named Gavin. And Coach Ariel started buying baby milk for the child. And ang sabi niya lang kay Jerome, wag mo na ako bayaran, wag mo nang isipin, ibalik mo na lang sa court.
So parang nagiging second father si Coach Ariel.
Nagiging second father. Yung game nila last week, Jerome Garcia made a career-high 27 points. And he thanked Coach Ariel in his speech. So they're coming off of 2 great wins. Sydney Onubere also just exploding in the
Career
fourth
high
quarter.
in the last game.
Career high, exploding in the last quarter of their last game. So, I mean,
That's sweet
momentum,
shooting.
Yeah.
That's a good pick,
That can
Ceej. I
help.
like that and I like the story as well. Martz, ikaw naman.
Okay. For me, top of my head, JRU, but I'm gonna explain Letran. Letran is gonna be...
Letran? Is it because Raynam Bata plays well when you cover their games?
No, chamba lang yan. Coincidence.
Hi, Ray.
Nakikita ko yung tweets ni Ray sa'yo.
Kasi last year, ako nag-cover ng 41 points niya. So,
career high.
this year, against CSB also, at home, yung season high niya, 31 points against CSB. So, he also did that. While I was covering.
Okay.
But for me, Letran, kasi, you know, they have 4 guys scoring in double figures this season. They get the wins despite shooting or not shooting very well from the field. They're scoring in double figures, but they're shooting under 40%. Lahat sila, si Balanza, Nambata, Calvo, tsaka si Bong Quinto. But, okay, kasama na yung mga guys. You see them now playing close games, and you see them playing close games despite playing those games with a lot of one-on-one action. Diba? Puro sila ganun, puro one-on-one action. But we've also seen them dominate games in which they move the ball around, got other players involved. I think I was able to read an article before that Letran finally shows their top strength with their bench scoring big. So that's a glimpse of what they can do as a team, especially with that firepower rather from the bench, because they have, I think, 3 or 4 6'5" guys that can really contribute. You have Taladua, who's not scoring that much in the recent games, but has also the capability of scoring. And you have the 4 guys: Balanza, Quinto, Nambatak, and Calvo. I think if they really reach their ceiling, I think they have a chance on beating the top 2 teams.
All right, Martin, Ceej, before I let you guys go, one last question, and this is about that epic game that you covered between Arellano and LPU. Arellano almost won. What did they do to give LPU a different challenge in that game? Ano yung nakita nyo since kayo yung nag-cover ng game?
Well, top of mind would be limiting CJ Perez.
Okay.
Because CJ Perez had 4 fouls, I think midway in the third quarter. So napaupo siya doon. He only played 20 minutes.
Wow.
And, you know, just matching the pace. I think they played even faster than LPU in the first 3 quarters in that game. In Arellano. They look like, you know, they've woken up. They look like the Arellano of the past, or at least last season. So I think, yeah, that's what they did against LPU, and they defended well. Lervin Flores was flying also in that game. He was the defensive anchor. He was intimidating every shot of the LPU Pirates, despite also Mike Zuzu being there.
Ceej, what can you add?
Well, I think that game was the best thing that could have happened to the LPU Pirates. Kasi alam natin, okay, dominant, stacked, diba? But coming back from a 14-point deficit, that proved that they had grit. And then making that comeback. And it wasn't just CJ getting involved. Raymar Caduyak, Mike Carey. And then, alam mo, when CJ fouled out, 2 minutes to go, it was team captain, Jasper Ayaay, 5 points personal run, diba? So they proved na they're not just a one-trick pony kind of team. We're not just talented. Sabi mismo ni Coach Topex after the game, no offense to CJ, but my team knows that they can win without him. And after that game, JC and JV Marcelino just went to coach and just couldn't stop hugging him. So,
I mean, and to add, Anton, that shows LPU Pirates. Because I see a lot of comments about the LPU Pirates this season. You know, a lot of people are saying, oh, galing nila. Pero there are also people saying na they're young and inexperienced. But I think what's transpired in the elimination round so far, they've experienced, dominating games. They've experienced playing close games. They've experienced coming from behind. So I think this shows us that the LPU Pirates, little by little, are getting ready to get to the Final Four, experiencing everything, experiencing every scenario that they can handle in the elimination round.
Well, we can't wait for the Final Four to start. We have a month to go. Pleasure to have you guys, Ceej. Great analysis. Martz, we'll see you again soon here on The Score.
See you. Thank you.
Thanks, Anton.
Hi guys, keep watching The Score for the latest sports updates, and don't forget to subscribe to the ABS-CBN Sports in Action YouTube channel.